Hello and welcome to this week's music review where I'll be talking about Westside Gunn's And Then You Pray For Me. I have been a long time Westside Gunn fan since about 2017, 2016, whenever he dropped Fly God, which to this day I think is like one of my favorite album covers that he has. I love that album cover. I hate that it's not on Apple Music. I actually imported that one onto my personal Apple Music, and I also imported Hall & Nash, the mixtape that he had with Conway the Machine, on my Apple Music as well. And as far as Griselda as a whole, I've been listening to them for a very long time. They definitely kept me fed well during quarantine and during COVID. 2019 is when I really started listening to Griselda as a whole. Benny the Butcher's The Plugs I Met came out that year, as well as Lulu, the project that Conway the Machine had with The Alchemist, which I thought was fantastic, also came out that year. And this project here has been on my anticipated albums list the whole year. As soon as I got wind of it, I love the album art. Again, Westside Gunn is creatively, when it comes to album art and I'd say production, he's always like A1 with it. So I was looking forward to this a lot. It definitely gave me Pray for Paris vibes. Gotta say, my initial listen of this project was it was rough, man. It was hit or miss for me, to be honest with you. It was a lot of trap beats, which I don't mind trap. I like trap beats for sure. It's just hearing Westside Gunn go over them sometimes kind of threw me off, because I'm so used to that kind of rich, soul kind of production that he has. And he's gone over different beats as well, you know what I mean? He has songs where he's just talking. That sounds hard to me, you know what I'm saying? So initially, my initial listen, I was kind of like, is this a miss? Is this like, the first time Westside Gunn has missed? I've listened to it since then a couple of times. The album came out last week, so I've had plenty of time to listen to it. I actually listened to it earlier this morning while I was cleaning the house. That very fact that is a long album. I believe the album is an hour and 20 minutes or an hour and 15. Yeah, so the whole album itself is about an hour and 15 minutes. And I guess that's just a thing that artists are doing now, because Bad Bunny just released an album recently. I think he released it the same week as Westside did last Thursday, and that was about like an hour and 20. Drake's album For All the Dogs was like an hour and 20, which I was gonna review, but the length itself and the fact that I wasn't really feeling that project kind of strayed me away from that. And I was like, man, I didn't have too much positive things to say about the album, so I didn't want to come on here and just crap on the project. But yeah, I guess longer projects, for whatever reason, is like I believe it has something to do with streaming, album sales maybe, or like that. Like once they stream the whole album, it's like better for streaming, or they're longer, they're listening to the album equates to something about streams maybe. I'm honestly not 100% sure on that. I would say that it's a creative choice to give us longer projects, but when I see major artists doing it, Westside Gunn, Bad Bunny, Drake, I'm kind of like, what is this trend going on? You know what I'm saying? Travis Scott as well had a long project, so it's like, you know what I mean? Are y'all all, creatively just trying to feed the audience, or is it more like a business strategy? That being said, it's a lot of songs on here, so I don't want to keep you guys here for too long. I'll kind of go through them quickly. We'll go ahead and touch on the intro a little bit. Fly God did with A.A. Rashid, who he's had on before to do intros as well and on certain tracks. Fine intro. I didn't have no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want to touch on it too much. I thought the instrumental was cool, haunting kind of like piano in the back. And nothing too much to say about the track. I thought it was hard. It definitely kind of set the mood to like, me being hyped, because like I said earlier, when it comes to production, I think out of the three Griselda, kings, me personally, I always think that Westside has the best production. His ear for beats is just real top notch, which is why, as the longer we get into this track list, certain choices he made were just like throwing me off completely, for good reasons and for bad reasons, but we'll get into it. So we actually kicked things off on a pretty high note with Mama's Prime Time, which features JID, and Conway the Machine. Fantastic track, fantastic instrumental. Jid really came and was like not fucking around. I thought Jid and Westside Gunn, their kind of back and forth was like fantastic. The whole yeah thing, like I thought that worked really, really well. And just a combination that I never would have thought, you know what I'm saying? Because Westside Gunn, he's not the fastest rapper, you know what I'm saying? And he's even said it himself that he's not even supposed to be rapping, you know what I'm saying? The only reason why he started rapping was because I believe Conway got shot and Benny the Butcher was in jail. So out of the three, he kind of like was like, I got to put this on my back and kind of like put us on there, you know what I'm saying? While everyone's like occupied. But I thought he did a good job with Conway. I mean, with with Jid on the track. I think Conway comes at the end and just kind of like elevates it even more. Definitely one of my standout tracks. One of the tracks I've saved. I believe I saved 12 songs out of the 22. Coasters, which is produced by Tay Keith and has a heavy trap beat on there. It actually has all three members of Griselda. It has Conway and has Benny on there. I thought it was good, man. I kind of liked it. It was, like I said, it's odd hearing these guys go over like mainstream beats. I don't know if this is the correct word, but kind of like shit that I'd hear like, I don't even know, this kind of beat I feel like I'd hear maybe on the radio, I guess. I mean, it's a Tay Keith beat, so like, I don't know, it's definitely more of a mainstream beat compared to the other stuff I've heard them go over. And I thought Benny sounded a little, you know, at first. I was telling my brother this yesterday because I thought on his solo projects, I think his solo projects, Benny sounds like really good on each beat that he goes over. You know, it's very rare that I'm like, he sounds like a little awkward on the beat until he gets into his groove. I feel like on certain features he is that way. And I think here's one where I thought he sounded a little awkward at first. But as soon as he started getting going, like he knocked it out of the park. And I actually think that Conway rapped the best out of all of them, to be honest with you, on this track. I think he sounded the best over the trap beat. Westside Gunn, I think his style of flow and his voice over trap can be hit or miss. For me personally, like I said, it's just my personal opinion. I thought that it could be hit or miss, especially on this project, which we'll get into later. But I love the Red Bottom Chelsea's Indiana Jones bar by Westside. And that's the other thing, man. He's always been talking about high fashion. He always talks about like jewelry. He always talks about like fly shit, which is like, you know, a play on his name, if anything. But yeah, I always enjoyed that about him, especially on this track, where like here is this guy from Buffalo, New York, and he's just enriched by all this kind of like, you know, bougie stuff, you know what I'm saying? He has that kind of like, you know what I'm saying, he has a high taste for things, which that dichotomy of like of being from the street and also having like high fashion and knowledge of it too. I mean, it's not like he's worked close with like Virgil and stuff like that, so I always thought it was cool, you know what I'm saying? He's not just kind of fronting and wearing shit just to wear shit. Like he knows his taste and he knows high fashion. Next track is 1989 with DJ Drama and Stove God Cooks. I always loved the Stove God Cooks and Westside combo. Big Ass Bracelet is one of my all-time favorite songs by Westside Gunn, and Stove God just goes crazy on both of those. Here it was, I gotta be honest with you, this one was a little where it started like, I started getting a little concerned, to be honest with you, because it's heavy trap. Not even trap, I don't even know what to call it. Westside's voice is kind of like modulated where it's like altered a bit, and it's very like slow, almost like chopped and screwed kind of, but like not as slow because he's still speaking like at a relative speed. I thought Stove God Cooks verse was fine. Not a song I'd save, just because I think it's hard to go back to. The next track is Suicide and Self Fridges, which I think is what I expected from the previous track. That kind of beat, Westside Gunn's voice not being altered at all. This track I prefer definitely more in terms of the DJ Drama collab than the, you know, previous 1989 track. I think it works better. It's a short track, in and out. Real quick, the production's nice. Real like I like that little bass line that's in the song. I thought Westside Gunn was flowing real nice. One of the songs I did save in comparison to the other song. And we continue the high with Kitchen Lights, which anytime Stove God sings is like that. He does it, and him and Westside both do it, where they sing and it ain't the best singing, but like in the context of the song it just works, you know what I'm saying? And I think here works a lot. Another Stove God feature, as I said, I always love him with Westside Gunn. I love both of their chemistry. It's fantastic. I would love a mixtape with just them two, or an album with just them two. After that, we have Fly God Two Times, which is a very short track. To me, classic Westside Gunn, hard ass beat, and him just flowing real quick. You know what I'm saying? A real quick verse, and he's just going off. Real quick song. To me, it's classic Westside Gunn. If you're a fan of him, this is what you expect. This is what you've been like accustomed to. What you've been. I want to say, but this is what your expectations are at, I should say, for a Westside Gunn project. Next, we have Dunhill with Ricky Ross. I thought Rick Ross was better, was sounding a little better than Westside on this song, to be honest with you. I think he's more accustomed to those kind of beats, you know what I'm saying? Which is why, like I said, certain trap elements on this album worked better for me than others. And I think Rick Ross, I mean, this is what he's been doing since like, 06, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, every day I'm hustling shit. Like he's been on this trap stuff like for a minute, so like he's very comfortable on this. And like I said, I know Westside Gunn has played around with this shit before, but I think when you have both of those guys together, it really stands out that Ross is like more comfortable, and he even sounds more like sonically he sounds better on these kind of beats than I think Westside Gunn does. After that, we have House of Glory, where my boy Stove God Cooks makes another appearance. This is again like back to the big ass bracelet, back to the Mariotas. Like to me, this is what I like to hear from both of these guys. And Westside Gunn has an awesome part where he just stops and like clears his throat and then starts singing "Baby," and that voice that he has. I loved it. I love the song. Also, House of Glory. I believe is a reference to the New York-based independent wrestling promotion, which I thought Tommy Dreamer had I thought Tommy Dreamer for whatever reason had something to do with it, but maybe he does. I don't know. I looked it up right now, and it says that it's currently owned by Master P, and the founder was Amazing Red, who was like from TNA fame, or Impact fame, I guess now. I don't even know what name they're called now, but yeah, I could have swore that Tommy Dreamer had something to do with it. I guess not, but that was cool. I thought that was every time there's wrestling references in Westside Gunn, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? The next song, I think, for me personally, is the most polarizing track on here. I mean, maybe 1989 would have been that, but JD Wrist. I went back and forth on this one, y'all, so many times, I should say, where I was like, this is not good. And then there's part of me that's like, this is fantastic. Just because, like, there's so many elements. It's literally, like, it's funny because people always say, like, when you had guys, I should say, like, Joey Badass doing the kind of boom bap, you know, old school shit. It was like, oh, you know, he's bringing it back. And it's funny that, like, enough time has passed that, like, a guy like Westside Gunn could totally bring back the whole like chopaholics, like the whole like, damn son, where'd you find this? I would never have thought that I would hear damn son, where'd you find this in a 2023 song, especially by Westside Gunn, who, like I said, would like, I mean, he's gone over boom bap shit for sure, but like his production is very, you know, I don't know, it's rich. To me, his production is like really rich. So the fact that he like totally went over this fucking song or this beat that sounds like some shit that I would download from like an MP3 Rocket or like a LimeWire or, you know what I'm saying, FrostWire and shit like that. Is very polarizing. Like I said, I think this is gonna be like a song where like people are either gonna really like it or really not like it. It is longer. I think it's like 4 minutes. Stove God is on there. I thought Stove God did a good job. You know, regardless of the whole like trapaholics. That shit was so ridiculous, bro, that I did save this song. Like I said, it took me many times, bro. It took me many times where I was just like, is this shit good or is he just fucking off on this song? You know what I'm saying? However, the next song, Disgusting, featuring Gigs, I did not think this worked, to be honest with you. I did not think it worked. I didn't really like Westside Gunn's flow on this. I want to say it sounded awkward, but it wasn't even that. It just sounded off. You know what I'm saying? It just sounded like off. Not even necessarily where like it was awkward. It just sounded off. Like, I know there's like a splitting hairs there a little bit with the term awkward and off, but like more like, okay, like he got, like I said, the Benny the Butcher thing where he kind of like, he gets it back, you know. It was awkward at first, but he's in him, like, he's able to like, you could work with it. There's people who are awkward in there and in the way they move and they can make it work. There's fighters who could like are awkward with their stances, they're awkward with their hand positions, and they're able to make it work. I thought this was off the money, like in a major way. Did not like this song at all. Probably one of my least favorite songs on the album, to be fair. You know what? I totally take that back. I remember earlier I said that I think, what was it, JD Wrist was the most polarizing song. I think Chloe featuring Ty Dolla $ign, which, hey, shout out to Ty Dolla $ign, is the most polarizing song on there, to be honest with you, because like there's elements that I like a lot. It's just he's not saying much on this one, which Westside, I'm not me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying, everyone knows, I think, who's a Westside fan, that he's not like spitting these like crazy lyrical miracle, you know, bars or anything like that, or even like the subject matter is anything like super deep. You know, I think we all know that as fans of Westside Gunn, but like he's not saying much on here. And the Ty Dolla $ign feature, which I do enjoy, the kind of like background singers that he had, the background singer thing that he had going on. I thought the beat was fine. This is probably the most polarizing one where I don't have it saved. I'm gonna give it a couple listens. I'll probably go back to it like the next couple of days, see what's up. But it's just a very, I think this is more polarizing than JD Riss. JD Riss is like, I think you probably like make an opinion on that very quickly. You know what I'm saying? Within the first 30 seconds, you're gonna be like, don't like this or like this. This one, ooh, I don't know. It's a little hard to decipher. Next song is LL Bull Gun, which did not like this one. This is one of the trap songs that I think did not work, excuse me, on this album. It's shorter, which isn't too bad. But yeah, I don't know if it's the tone of his voice, which I've grown to love. I love Westside Gunn's voice. You know what I'm saying? His ad libs are like fantastic. But this one, man, I just couldn't get into this one, man. I thought the beat was fine. I just think like I said, the mix of the trap beat with Westside, like it really is, man, hit or miss for me personally. Like I said, I saved 12 out of 22, so like I like, more than half of the project, but there are those songs where I'm just kind of like, I'm not gonna play this, bro. I'm just not gonna play this. You know what I'm saying? The next song, Babylon Biss, featuring Stove God, I would show them that as the good, and I would show them LL Bull Gun as the bad. Which again, they're like right after each other. You know what I'm saying? It just shows you the kind of hit or miss with the album for me. But yeah, Babylon Biss, I think that's my favorite Stove God feature on this album. Or their kind of collaboration on the album, because they have a couple songs on here. I think this one's my favorite. It's classic. It's just, the production's really nice, really pretty. It's awesome to listen to. I thought Westside Gunn rapped well. I thought Stove God rapped his ass off. Yeah, man. This is peak. This is classic. This is like real, like prime shit. This is when they're like in their fucking on the money. You know what I'm saying? It's a really beautiful track. I liked it a lot. One of my favorite songs. Maybe my favorite song on the album. Goddamn, there's a lot of songs on here, bro. Next song is Ultra Griselda featuring Denzel Curry. I love Denzel Curry. Again, another mix that I would never think. Denzel Curry, Westside Gunn, you know what I'm saying? Like high energy with Denzel, and Westside could be kind of like low key. And he also has songs where he's more higher energy and more aggressive. But I thought it worked all right. I thought it worked fine. I like the Denzel feature. I like their little back and forth that they had. I thought it worked. It's a shorter song, but I thought it worked. The next song, Jalen Rose, which again, the titles are, he has the best titles, I think. And him and JPEG Mafia have the best titles for songs, for sure, in the rap game. But Jalen Rose featuring, to me, this guy is here, and this is high praise because I've been listening to him for a long time. To me, this guy has been the cheat code of the rap industry. This guy is a cheat code when it comes to rap music. Boldy James, I hold him in a very, very, very high regard. I've always fucked with him. I've never found a song by him, even the ones that I didn't really like love, with the stuff he did with Batman and shit like that, which I think are good, but I prefer his Alchemist stuff. But dude, I could never say he spit a bad verse. I could never say he rapped bad on the song, so I really, to me, he's a cheat code of rap music. And I know he's signs with, I believe he signed with Griselda. I love this song. The piano, the kind of the chord that hits randomly with that piano beat. I thought Wes was good on this. I thought Boldy was like fantastic on this. And just going and going and going with that flow, you know what I'm saying? To me, Boldy has almost like an endless flow that he could just go on for days, you know what I mean? It's very, it's hypnotizing to me, you know what I'm saying? He has a very hypnotizing flow, I think. After that, we have Stephen Johnny. A song I didn't save. Again, back to the trap stuff, another Take Key beat, I believe. Not feeling it as much, to be honest with you, towards this point of the album. I'm kind of like, why are you going back to this? I felt like he had a good run with the Babylon Biss and Boldy tracks. But yeah, I'm always towards it at this point. I'm kind of like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, go back to the old shit. But hey, he's having fun. Like I said, when you have 22 songs, there's so much that I think you can afford to throw these in there. You know what I'm saying? And people are gonna be like, yeah, I'll say, like me personally, I'll save it. I won't save it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it did. This song in particular did like irreparable damage and shit like that. It's not I don't think it's a trash song. It's just something that sonically I can't really like get into. I thought ESTG, or what's his name? EST? ESTG, which goddamn, I'm getting confused with like Freddie Gibbs is like ESGN. I think his I don't know if it's his label or his crew. Thought he did okay. ESTG. I played a little bit of the song right now to kind of refresh myself, but I thought he did fine. It's kind of a shorter verse. After that is Mr. Everything with Jeezy. Again, another wild feature, Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I would never expect like a Jeezy and Westside Gunn, especially in 2023. What the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, didn't love this track as well, so there's kind of two back-to-back tracks where I'm kind of like, eh. After that, we have Freddie J's with Peasy, the feature artist on the song. Again, bro, I didn't realize that we had three back to back like that, but wasn't feeling this one as well, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't really feeling this song at all. After that, we have the Revenge of Flip's Legs, featuring Rome Streets. Now we're back on track to me. Like, I really like this song. I thought Rome Streets did a good job. That production, again, that beat, bro. To me, that's classic Westside Gunn. That kind of like fast piano, that kind of like real quick shit, but also still being, I won't say soulful, but still being, having that kind of element of like, I don't know, man. I don't know how to describe it. He has this element of like, it's different. Is this different production than other people? You know what I'm saying? And the last song is And Then You Pray For Me, featuring KC. I thought KC did a fantastic job. Unless Westside altered his voice, I'm pretty sure he rapped most of the song, KC. So I thought that was a cool way to end it. I don't know if he has any association with Griselda. I'm assuming he does. You know, maybe Westside's trying to put him on like in the album with like, you know, look at this artist, listen to this guy. Good way to end the album, I thought. You know what I'm saying? Good production. I really like the instrumental a lot. A song that I saved. And yeah. I thought it was a solid way to end the project after that kind of like skid that we had towards the end. But yeah, guys, overall, this project, I think it hit in the end. You know what I'm saying? I think it hit. Like, looking at the songs that I saved, I thought those were solid songs that I'll play, and kind of add them to my Westside Gunn rotation. As far as the songs that didn't hit, it just, I don't know. Like I said, the whole trap, why he decided to like, you know, do a whole bunch of trap shit on this album, I have no idea. Other than like he was just having fun, which I think he even says it. There's like a guy who's like saying that he's like, I listen to Westside Gunn because he has fun. You know what I'm saying? You know, listen to the artists or listen to the music that you want to be. You know, that like influences your life or some shit like that. And he's like, Westside Gunn has fun, which he does. I think that's what he was doing on here, man. I think people are kind of looking. I saw some people being like, this is just abysmal. This is trash. I think there's enough good here that kind of outweighs the bad. The bad to me does stand out as far as like, you know, overall Westside Gunn's discography. Where I would never listen to those songs again. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I just can't see myself doing it. Don't see a reason why I would ever do it unless I'm doing maybe a tier list of Westside Gunn shit, which I don't even, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of projects. So it's going to be a big tier list video. This video isn't too long. I'm going to edit it right now after I'm done. And I thank you guys. Westside Gunn, if you're watching, appreciate the music, brother. Always fuck with you guys. Griselda. I'm actually a Buffalo, New York fan. A Buffalo Bills fan now, since my boy Tom Brady retired. So, you know, I'm a Bills fan now, so hey, whenever they fucking make the playoffs, expect to see my ass going through a table, or expect me to like, I might pay my brother like $50 so I could put him through a table or some shit. But like, look, I'm on the team, I'm on the squad, so I'm with y'all, bro. I'm with y'all, and I appreciate y'all for being with me. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Comment your favorite song. Comment what you thought about the project, what you thought about the whole trap shit that he went into, the production itself. Leave a like, follow my socials in the bio, and yeah, that will do it for this week's music review. Appreciate your time so much. The podcast, if you're watching this shit's coming out Friday, so the podcast will be up Saturday night, I believe. We're actually recording almost an instant reaction. Me and my friend Nikki Baraduan, shout out to Nikki. We're doing an instant reaction to the UFC card on Saturday, which is in Abu Dhabi, which I think the main card starts at like 1 p.m. Central Time, so it's gonna be over pretty early, so the podcast should be up then. Appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.